Welcome to the Dub House. It's time to start.
Enjoy the show.
Welcome to the Dub House. Yeah. Welcome to the Dub House. Welcome to the Dub House. We got nothing left to hide. We're looking for you, find it here. We're building new dreams from all the things we hold dear. So come on in. Welcome to the Dub House.
Hey yo, I'm Uncle Trey, the architect, check the vision, putting plans in motion. That's the main mission, it's that biz dev package. No cookie cutter, building your foundation, make the competition shudder. And that new sound, that AI music, yeah, that's me. Plug into the future soon on the beat. From the concept to the final campaign, I'm the engine, the strategy.
Welcome to the Dub House. I'm your host, Uncle Trey. We are live. We are back here live. We didn't go live on Friday nor Saturday, but we are back on Monday, November 3rd, 2025. It is 7:01 a.m. We are still 15 minutes late, but hey, you know what it is. It is what it is. I was up today. I was up and running around and doing stuff, but hey, today is garbage day, and last night we went to bed early, so I didn't get all the garbage out of here, so I had to gather it up and then get ready to take it. I didn't take it outside yet, but it's going to go outside later on. So welcome. We are happy to be back here live on YouTube. We was out of commission on Friday. It wasn't feeling too well, so it didn't really do a lot on Friday. Saturday, I just had to clean. We had to clean. We had to take time to do something different Saturday, so I spent most of Saturday cleaning. I did a couple of songs for Dub House AI Studios. So yeah, so we got a few songs done, a few praise and worship songs. Yeah, I still need to shave. I shaved this weekend, but yeah, well, no, actually I shaved Thursday. I didn't shave Friday or Saturday or Sunday. So as you can see, it's time to get the shave going. My razors around here. My razors here may start and do some here on live. Just with you guys, but I don't know. We may or may not. I don't know. We might not because I got some things I want to do really quick. So yeah. So today we're not, like I said, I've been changing the format. We'll go through a little bit of news today since it's Monday. But we're not going to dwell on it or spend a lot of time on it like I have been doing. So because we're going to do things a little bit different today. So, I heard something buzzing. That was my PDM going on. So we're just going to be a little different today. So yeah. So as you know, last week I started doing something different. I started doing designing and showing my work that I'm doing. The project that I was working on Friday with the blanket for the tribute blanket. Yeah, I learned that was a lesson learned. I will talk about the design, and I will talk about the design and everything. But we talking about price before I build anything or design anything. Because I had this blanket. The guy will ask me about the blanket. I designed it. The blanket looks nice and everything. It is a pretty nice blanket. But wanted to trip about the price. So I'm just sitting here like, man, come on, bro. It's a custom blanket. This is not something that's cookie cutter. Somebody else printed and I'm just selling it. No, the only thing part of that is the blanket and the printing of it. I'm having someone else do the printing of it and the fulfillment. Everything else I'm doing, I'm taking my time and I'm building, taking the image and I'm creating an image for you. I'm creating the blanket for you. Anything custom is going to cost a little bit more. And then on top of that, I offered a 30% discount. And then I told him if he bought, I've made a couple of different copies. I told him if he bought one of each, I'll give him an additional 15% discount. So you talking about a 45% discount? I can't go no lower than that. I'm not going any lower than that. I'm sorry, you're not going to get it for nothing. When the blanket costs me something, the blanket cost me $38 in order for me to produce it. So yeah, I got to make money on that. So yeah, I'm not going to charge you. If I paid $38 for it, I'm not going to charge you 45. It doesn't work like that. So yeah, so next time I know I'm going to discuss pricing and everything first before I design anything. I'm going to have an agreement and a contract first before I do anything. So I got to see what's going on with my CRM because I can't get into the CRM right now. But they're working on it, so I just have to respond back. They sent me a message yesterday, but I didn't see it until late. Oh wow! I want to here. Let's look at this really quick. I went to send my live out to some people, but then the memory popped up. This was dinner that I cooked a couple years ago, 11 years ago, November 2nd, 2014. Look, I had some, looks like I cooked some mixed vegetables. Back then, I was stuck on mixed vegetables. I couldn't stop eating mixed vegetables. Just about every meal I made, I used mixed vegetables on. I cooked mixed vegetables with back then. I was in love with them back then. I don't know. Now it's like you got to I have to force myself to eat it now. I don't know why. It's not like it tastes bad. It's just, I don't know. It's just the idea of eating it. But I eat all the other ones. I had some candy yams. I know how to make them a little bit better now than I did back then. But hey, those that ate it still enjoyed it. Then I had some chicken breasts. Like chicken breasts. I baked some chicken breasts. I must have cut them in half after I cooked them, because typically at this point in time, what I would have done is cut them in half. So like I said, this was 11 years ago. So I do things a little differently now than I did back then. I wasn't even using poultry season back then. I knew it was something that was missing, and I couldn't figure it out. But then I finally figured out that it was the poultry seasoning. I made some dressing. This was, like I said, this was early on, because this was the old stove that was in that house when I rented it, but I then bought my own set. Put it in. So yeah, that was I just had to show that memory while I was in the middle of doing this. I just thought it was cool. That's the first thing that popped up for me when I opened up Facebook, was this memory. I want to share it, but I'm going to share. Hopefully it pops up later and I can share it later, because right now I don't want to convolute my post that I'm about to make. All right, so that. All right, and then we're gonna tag our people in it. Oh man, I hate when it pops up and it won't have my normal people, so then I have to search their name. It takes me a little bit longer. Instead of just clicking those who I want, I have to actually type their names. And I do this even though no one really joins now, but I still do this because they come back later and watch. And so I like to have those views of my family and friends that are supporting right now, that have jumped on early. But we're getting there. Okay, that's what I can think of right now. We're gonna just run. We're gonna just send it. This one, because it's right there. All right, there we go. Now we can go ahead and continue on with the normal things that I wanted to do here. Let's pull that off of there, and let's check out. As I said, we're not going to go through much news, but we are going to go through some, because it's just what I do. It's what I like to do. It's fun for me. So we're going to flip over here. All right, there we go. So, everybody knows that the Republicans and the I call them the Trumpanese, because they're not the Republicans anymore. Because the Republicans would have never done this. The old school Republicans would have never done anything like this. They would have recognized immediately how harmful this is for the people. They wouldn't have tried to push this as what the people want. They would have understood and did it the right way, understood what it was. But as we know, food stamps have been, SNAP benefits have been turned off right now because of the government shutdown. I just find it very concerning, because I think this is a push that they're wanting to do. They're wanting to stop this programs because they think it's black people that's the main recipients of it. You can't tell me that this administration isn't reaching out, trying to do everything they can, trying to erase black people, black culture. And he's trying so hard, but he's really missing. They're going off of stereotypes. They're making moves off of stereotypes. Now, yeah, there are black people on there. I'm not saying no black people gets food stamps. That'd be an outright lie, because that's definitely not what I'm saying or alluding to. But what I am simply saying is that there are more white people on food stamps than there are black people on food stamps. So yeah, so what's going to end up happening is this is going to go over for a little bit, but I think Trump is going to actually going to have to, since the judge ordered them and is forcing them to release the emergency funds for it. I think he's going to do that, but when he does that, he's going to treat himself as if he's some kind of savior or a saint or something for doing it. He's going to try to make himself a hero when it's basically something he's supposed to do. So this is going to be interesting to watch out, and look and see. So I'm saying that because there's a lot of restaurants here in the Chicago area and delis and things like that. They're stepping up and offering free meals for families who receive SNAP benefits and don't have anything to eat because the SNAP benefits are frozen. So hopefully it comes back. But yeah, I'm thinking they're looking at this as a test run to see what would happen if they removed it, because I know once the government shutdown is over with, this program is going to continue. But they messed up with the funding with this big hideous bill that he's passed. It's made the funding for it really look bleak. So like I said, hopefully 2026, I'm not going to say hopefully, in 2026 when the Democrats win back the House, hopefully they can go ahead and get things changed and go ahead and pass a law to reverse that ugly bill, that hideous bill that's giving breaks to the billionaires and cutting us middle class people slap right out, pushing us down into poor, making it to where either you're rich or you're poor. I don't understand what the concept of having life like that. Why can't we live life where more people can thrive? Why do we have to build a life where the rich people can thrive, but the rest of us have to suffer? I don't understand that concept. It doesn't make sense. How is that making a country great? And that's why I call it corruption, and I say that this is all what they're doing, trying to bring in Project 2025. This is just a part of their mandate. They want to be in charge. They want to be, they want to rule because of race. They're bringing back. They're talking about they're bringing the Bible back. They're not bringing the Bible back because they're bringing back the whitewashed Bible, stuff that's in the whitewashed Bible. So we do the King. We have the King James version of the Bible is what we typically use nowadays. But I'm going to be doing some research and writing an ebook on King James soon. Just because I never really went into history like that, that far down into history. However, some of the things that I've been seeing recently, some of the new things I've been learning recently, I want to go ahead and dig into that a little bit further, because from what I'm seeing, it's like King James was not a good person, and that's who rewrote our Bible, and that's when a lot of this stuff got added to it. So from my understanding, I don't want to go in and do a lot of more research on my own, but from what I'm seeing in the preliminary things that I'm looking at, is that there are certain things, like, for example, obey your masters and things like that. That wasn't even in the Bible. So if you go back to editions of the Bible that predate the King James Bible, the King James version, you won't see some of that in there. So that's why I want to go look up a little bit more myself. I did order a copy of the Ethiopian Bible. I do have a copy of it for Kindle, but I'm not. I can't focus enough, and maybe it's because I'm looking at it on my phone. So I start looking at other things on my phone. So can't really study it. So maybe I'll try to look at it on the computer now. When I start going through and doing the research to write the book, I'm going to go ahead and use that Kindle version until the hard paper copy comes in. But it's just interesting. I just want to see some of that stuff that was that's been added that wasn't in there, because they whitewashed the Bible to try to make it look like. And then when this country was formed, and of course they ran with it. And, I just, like I said, I want to see a lot more with it, because, they changed some things to try to control people. So, sorry, to take my old people's medicine. My blood pressure medicine and supplements that I take. Blood pressure medicine, cholesterol medicine, and my vitamin B and my aspirin I had So those are my morning meds. I take my Flomax in the evening, so that way I do it right before bed because that gives you a little drowsiness. But anyway, let's keep on going with the news. So the Trump administration faces a Monday deadline to respond to judge's snap order. Former St. Louis TV news anchor has been charged with murder and mother stabbing death. That's crazy. A 74-year-old man is critically injured in a Little Village pew-pewing. I'm trying to use TikTok-friendly language because I will be going live on TikTok. I can't, I not might be, but I will be going live on TikTok shortly. Later this morning. I don't know. I have to go run an errand this morning. I wish I would have said this afternoon, but I got to go run an errand this morning. I don't feel like going way over there, but I gotta go to the gas station now because I gotta go back to Gurney, and I'm not gonna make it to Gurney right now. Didn't even drive my car this weekend because I needed gas. I think I drove it a little bit. No, I didn't drive my car since Friday. Yeah, because I needed gas. I went to because what ended up happening is I had a doctor's appointment on Thursday. My computer from my old job, I was supposed to take to FedEx. I don't understand why they do it this way. It's just backwards. But hey, you know what? After this, I don't have to deal with them anymore unless they call me for some assistance, which I don't think they will. I gave them just about everything they needed to know. So there's not, I don't think there's anything that they need me for. I know it's probably taking them. They probably gotten used to me not being there anymore now. But I know the team struggled because they asked me a lot of questions because I knew a lot. But anyway, let's keep going. So 17-year-old boy was pew-pewed and unalived inside a Burger King in Archer Heights. I'm not going to go deep into that story. But these are the things that, these are the reasons that they want to try to send, that they're trying to use to send the National Guard in. But this stuff happens. It's going to happen. The National Guard will be in town. They're still going to do, it's still going to happen. It may slow down, but it's still going to happen. So that's why I'm saying that him trying to send in the National Guard is all a power play. So we're not going to go deep into things, but we are going to talk about this orange and blue monsters of the Midway this orange and blue monster that we call the monsters of the Midway, the Chicago Bears. Man, that was a one heck of a game yesterday. I mean, it was like crazy. The Bears were we were at church service. Was our anniversary at church yesterday, so service was a little bit long. I was watching it a little bit on my tablet while we were there, but then after things were over with, typically we would stay and clean up. But since Auntie Woe's back is giving her issues lately, this time we didn't stay to help clean up. Not because we didn't want to, but just because it's just hard for her back. My pod expires at 6:35 p.m. today, but I only have less than 5 units, so hopefully it doesn't run out before we're done here, because it's going to give a loud flatline beat. But anyway, so after that we came home. So we got home and it was halftime. I forgot what the score was at halftime. I'm sorry, I will have to look it up, but it was a little bit before halftime or about to go into halftime. No, it was actually halftime. I thought it was halftime before we left the church. We left the church, got home, came in the house really quick. I was going to sit down and watch the rest of the game because my mother-in-law came with us to church yesterday. We had an awesome service, so we dropped her off. And by the time we got home, I'm thinking it was about the second half starting. And I'm looking at the clock in the car like, oh man, it's almost 3:00. This game is almost over. Let's go finish this game up and then go to the store. We get home, get all the way in the house. And I'm sitting here, we get ready to sit down and relax. I look up at the clock. We have our security system thing right there. I looked up at that and I noticed the time. It was a whole hour earlier than what I just saw in the car. And I'm like, oh my God, you know what, baby? It is 1:30. This is halftime. It wasn't even 1:30 yet. And we were like, okay, let's go to the store. I'm like, let's go to the store and get this out the way. So we went to the store, got everything we need, came home, and we got to watch the most of the second half. And when I got home, it was and looked at the TV, it was 20-17 Bengals. 20-17 Bengals. I'm like, oh man, okay, the Bears is down. Let's see what they're gonna do. So we started putting stuff up. I came upstairs and switched my laundry around, put my towels that was in the washing machine in the dryer, put the last load into the washing machine, and I'm doing every little thing because I'm thinking the Bears going to drown it off. So I come in my office here and start to get ready to start working on some AI music, and I look up at the score, and the Bears was up again. And I'm like, well, okay, so I'm rooting them on, and then next thing I know, they get they had an interception, ran it back, but then it got called back. They said he was down, which when I look at it play, yeah, the guy was going for the ball, trying to catch it, and he actually touched him while he was catching the ball. And as he caught the ball, he kind of rolled down. They ruled him down. I think in that situation, he wasn't going for the tackle. He was trying to catch the ball, and that was just incidental contact. If there's incidental contact, that should be a live ball. The man did not make an attempt to try to tackle him. So I felt like the Bears got cheated, and then I'll say Seahawks, but the Bengals, they came all the way back. They came all the way back. These are two teams that I really like. So I'm not the Bengals are like my number 3 and number 4 favorite team. I don't know why. Don't ask me that, but it's always been like that since Tecmo Bowl days. But anyway, next thing they come march down the field a couple of times. The Bears they did an onside kick. One of the Bears players was a goofy and accidentally stepped on the ball as it rolled past them, and then the Seahawks fell on the ball, and that's how they ended up with possession. They marched down and scored another touchdown, went up by 1 point. 54 seconds left. Caleb Williams and the Bears marched downfield like a dominant team. It was just like crazy because first it was like weird because I looked up and the first couple of plays it was just like he was being swarmed. Their defense was just like smothering. I'm like, oh boy. So I stopped paying attention. I looked down. I'm listening to one part of the song, and I just so happened to look. I start hearing them, hearing the announcers' excitement in the announcers' voices. I look up. I saw was Loveland catching the ball, get hit once, get hit a second time, and then turn and spin out of it and run all the way into the end zone for the Bears touchdown to go ahead. I was just like, I lost my stuff. I was just so excited. So this was a very, very good game. I know I'm going a little long with this one, but that is hilarious. That game was good and hilarious to me. The one that was not so hilarious is my Bulls. They lost their first game, so they're 5-1 now. They lost to the New York Knicks last night and in New York, but I had a feeling they were going to drop that game because Io DeSumo didn't play, and he played a big part in that game on Friday to help them win. So you mean that's 21 points out of the lineup. His defense and things he brings to the table was really needed. We were already without Kobe White and somebody else. We were down a couple of players already. Zach Collins. So we're down 2 key players in our rotation already. So yeah, I had a feeling that they were going to drop that one, but it's okay. 5-1, still not a bad record. I would love to have been one of the last remaining unbeaten teams, but it's good to have been in the conversation to be one of the last 3 at least. I don't know if it's because I haven't had any since Thursday, but this coffee is good to this morning. Oh my God, I don't know what I did differently. Like I said, maybe because I didn't have any coffee since Thursday. But anyway, what we're going to do today is, I know I wanted to do some of the news, but and that's what we've done. So, but what I wanted to do today is I wanted to go ahead and I wanted to make a couple of more jokes for Auntie Woe and Uncle Trey. So let's see, what am I? As you see, the Symbiosis Coaching, we are going to start looking into the Dub House. We're going to start looking into marriage counseling and stuff like that, doing weddings and stuff. We have to go through those classes. Another thing we may be doing is I'm going to be looking into CPR classes because I am going to be looking into doing BLS, basic life-saving courses. So be on the lookout from the Dub House. We'll have more information on that, but that's not going to be much you're going to see on here other than advertising for our basic life-saving classes. So what I want to do is I had a nice thing up the other day, but I restarted my computer and I forgot to save it. So hopefully I can find it. Okay, here it is. This is the one I had. Okay, this is the one I had. I like how it leaves the links a different color that you visited in the past because that saved me so much when I was working. And now also here is it just saved me just now because I'm like, which one did I have? So what we want to do is I am going to find and this is I'm just giving you a sneak peek on how we create our Auntie Bo and Uncle Trey jokes. So what I'd like to do is I come over here and I try to find some. I did this one. This one was hilarious to me, but this one gave me the flux. But I figured out I was doing, for some reason, um, the apps that I've used, I had to come with something more specific because it started not working correctly, and it got frustrating to me. So, oh, here's a good one right here. We're going to use this one right now. So, what I've learned to do is I've learned that I can't just come in here and just start. I can't just come in here and just put it in there. Hey, make Uncle Trey and Auntie Bo say this. That's not working anymore. Just simply because I don't know why it's not working. I'll be honest with you. I'm saying simply because, but there's no simply because. I just don't know why it's not working correctly. So, um, what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to just manually do it and put in more instructions. So what I've been doing is this. I've been coming to my notepad, and I don't know what screen is going to open up. I figured. So what I've done now is I've created instructions for myself on how to pull it together. So instead of just saying, "Hey, create this joke," what I've done is I've bracketed off instructions. So now it's like, as you can see, it's not as simple as it was here. So this is how I initially did it. So it's just say create a video with Uncle Trey and Auntie Wo having the following exchange in which they laugh hysterically afterwards. This used to work and give me exactly what I needed, but it's not working like that anymore. When I do that, they start cracking up laughing in the middle of the joke when they're supposed to crack up laughing afterwards. So so what I did is I've come up with another way of doing my instructions. This is a little bit more difficult to adjust, um, but we can still do it. So I've done it like this. So I had this line in here, but I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this right now because come to find out this is what was causing this line here was giving me the flux afterwards. So this one here is for my not joke. So then I come over here, and this one here is for my regular jokes that I do. So for this particular joke that we're looking at, I'm going to have to move off the screen here for a second. So how does a penguin build its house? So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to copy that whole thing, even though it's not, it's going to be, it's not easier for me, but typically I have it on different screens, but because I'm showing you guys how I do it, I got to do it a little bit the harder way. So basically what I'm going to do is, well, I did the last one a little bit different, so we have to change it. So I didn't change it. The last one I did was the knock joke. So we're going to just copy this, bring it back onto this tab. And yeah, I like to keep my tabs together because it helps me. So we're going to now just keep separation. So I'm going to put an underline here. This is just going to help. This is just that underline there. You don't have to do that if you're doing this yourself or following along with me or want to look at this video to try to do this yourself. You don't need to do the line right there. I'm just doing a line to help separate things for me. Just little tips and things that I learned. Like I said, this is where I say that your God puts you in places for a reason. Because little things like that, it's not something I would have done in the past. I would have just had it one big block, and then every time I wanted to come in here, I'd have had to try to figure out where I was at. Where is it at? Where is it supposed to be at? I added so working there, I learned to separate it. I add a line in there, simple line, and it makes things a lot easier for me. So little tips and things like that I picked up that I wasn't doing before. So all right, so now we're not going to change this one because we want this first one, the visual reference. We want that one to stay the same. So unless I want to change it and do something different, because like I said, I do have the one now where we're at the United Center. And I may, even with that one, I may have it change the shirts. I might recreate the characters instead of having the Dub House shirts on, have them with Chicago Bulls t-shirts on, or Chicago Bears t-shirts on. So we'll see. And I might even do, like, if I do one for where we're at the Bears game, it may be, I might do it to where we're at the new Bears Stadium. But we'll see what happens. All right, so what I want to change is here in the script and tone. So This is telling it what to say. So, like you see with this one right here, we have Uncle Trey, knock knock, and then the playful leading tone, Auntie Well. But I'm not even going to leave that in there because to me it seemed like that kind of messed things up a little bit. So, what I'm going to do now is go back over here. I'm going to slide this back out of the way. So we're going to make sure we have this copied. I may have a copy, but I just want to make sure because, I do that and then be frustrated. So then we're going to come here. And what I want to do is I am going to Uncle Trey knock knock. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to erase that and I am going to paste Uncle Trey saying, how does a penguin build its house? And then I'm going to then do this. Control X. I'm going to cut it out. So then we're going to get rid of the space there. And then Auntie Woe is going to say, I don't know how. So let's get rid of that. I don't know how. And then we're going to say, Uncle Trey is going to then say, we're going to get rid of Olive. Uncle Trey is going to say, boom, it glues it together. Then we're going to get rid of the rest of this. We're going to keep the bracket though. I like to keep the instructions in brackets because I find that the AI understands what you're saying a lot better. So it's going to look at this and say, okay, here's the instructions. This is what it's supposed to look like. Even though I'm giving them the image, I want them to, because if I don't tell them, if I don't give them this image, it's going to change. It's starting to change the image. So I got one that I'll show you here in a moment. So now I'm going to copy this whole thing. Now, lately I've been having to do it more than once. In the past, I've been doing it once, but I guess this is what happens when you're using AI. So now we have the whole scene set up. I don't have to keep doing it over and over again. All I have to do is change the script and the tone. So Uncle Trey says, how does a penguin build its house? Auntie Woe, I don't know how. Uncle Trey, it glues it together. And then everybody started laughing. So yeah, so then what we're going to do now is get this out the way. We're going to come back over here to our browser and I'm going to come visit Galaxy AI. And I like to use the Galaxy AI over, I like to use it even though I'm using VEO3. I like to use it in here better than I do using it via Flow or things like that. When I'm using Flow is when I'm putting together longer videos, but these little 8-second videos, I find it a lot easier for me to just use here, even though this costs me money. So as you can see, I was up at over 20 credits. I don't know why they have, well, I guess the M is for monthly and we're saying million. So it was over 20 monthly credits and I used a couple of different programs that charges more credits. And trying to make this work yesterday. So I had, just trying to figure out how to make it work again. So it just cost me a little bit getting there. So we're going to search for image to video. And you don't have to hit enter or anything. So it brings up the different prompts or the different programs that you can use. So we're going to use this one here, image to video generator. This one does the best. I mean, you can use some of the other ones, but you can choose. This is just naming the different programs that it's using, but you can choose which one you want to use once you're inside. So I like to click this one, and this defaults you to using VEO 3.1 fast image. I like this one because you can drop down and use some of the other one, because these here, the VEO and the Sora, as you can see in here, it says audio generation, audio generation, audio generation. So these all do audio generation, even WAN 2.5. I'll try WAN 2.5 again. I did that once, and I didn't like the way it came out, but I think that was because it was running into the issue with my bad, prompt. But as you can see, when you get down to some of the other ones, it just says motion presets, in frame, 1080p. It's not saying audio generation. So with these, what I've noticed, I've used Kling a couple of times. It does not create the audio for it. So with Kling and stuff like that, Kling charges a little bit less than VEO 3.2. But Kling, I would use that. Some of these other ones that don't have audio generation, I would use some of these for like advertisements that I know I have a voiceover for. So that's what I'll use some of them for. If I need to pull together a quick video and I need to use my own sound. Like for example, I've been doing these videos. Let me show you really quick. I've been creating these text lyric videos for church, and then also for my songs that I created for myself for the Dub House AI Studio. So let's show you really quick. So sorry for this, gonna sound funny, but I can't turn down. I don't want to turn down my sound. Turn down the desktop audio a little bit. As well, no, you can't get it down. I need to turn down my volume. My volume now, you guys can still hear. I can do it slightly.
When the storm clouds gather around me and the waves are crashing down, I remember who's beside me, never lost and never found. Every battle that I'm facing, every mountain in my way, I can stand because I know it. God's got me every day.
Videos like this in the background with no sound. I don't need to slow down the create more of these background videos. Lyric videos.
God's got me. In his hands I'm safe and free.
Yeah, so that's
God's got me. Dancing in his victory.
That I won't need to have sound because I'm going to be putting music over. So yeah, it's just little different things that I'm learning and teaching myself on how to be more efficient with this. But we're going to stick with VEO3 Fast Image because that's the one that's going to give me what I want. And so what I'm going to do is come back over here and grab my prompt. I think I copied it already, but we're going to make sure it's copied. And then we're going to minimize that one. And we're going to paste the description in here. So I'm not going to change anything else in here because I've already changed it. The reason why you could change it in here if you wanted to, but I don't like to do it here because it's so small and it's harder for my eyes to really focus on exactly what I want. So let's say I may want to change it glues it together, but for some reason I'm thinking I'll be done selected it glues it together, but then that'll be done changed burst out loud. So it's just because I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but I like to do this in something bigger where I can see the whole thing and then paste it in here. By the time I paste it in here, I don't want to have anything else. So now I need since I told her I'm going to, from the provided image, I need to get the image in here. So we're going to go ahead and click Browse Files. Now, typically when I have it on another screen, I'll just drag it over. But because we're using one screen for this purpose, I am going to just simply do it the old-fashioned way and search for it like this. So we're going to grab Uncle Trey and Auntie Woe in the studio and let it go ahead and load. And once it finishes loading, we're going to go ahead and click Done. Now you see the image is there, and we're going to leave it in the 16.9 landscape. So this is going to have it squared out instead of portrait. So this is basically in order to, this is like if you had this way is if you have your phone turned sideways, and then if you turn it like this is if you have your phone turned straight up and down. So I like to do my videos in landscape because I'll let the different programs that I put it to, I like to let those adjust that. You can change the resolution from high def, 720 high def to 1080p full high def. I stick with 720 because I believe this one will charge you a few more credits, and this is good enough for what I need. And then the duration for VEO3 is 8 seconds. Now, some of the other ones can go a little bit longer, but like I said, they don't have sound. So what we're going to do now is just go ahead and select Generate Video. And as you can see, it's starting to generate. So as you can see, it's processing. As you can see, it used 0.92 credits, monthly credits. So I thought that was million, but that's actually monthly, I believe. Because every month, because I bought the lifetime version of Galaxy AI, is $15 a month. And the lifetime version was like something like $50 to buy it for a lifetime. So that's what I did. I was like, I'm not going to pay $15 a month, and this costs $50 just to have it for the lifetime. So the only thing I really have to pay for is purchasing more credits. The credits they're not that expensive. Anyway, we're going to keep on going. it's another lifetime deal. I may upgrade a bit. So, but this doesn't take long to generate. Usually takes about 2 minutes to generate, 2 to 3 minutes. I know it says up to 30 minutes, but I think I know it says video generation can take up to 30 minutes. Feel free to leave the page and come back later. It doesn't take that long anymore. I think that may have been something from the old ways that it's generated, but now it doesn't do it like that anymore. So what we're going to do while we're waiting on that to generate is we're going to come on over here and we're going to pop into Sora. So what we're going to do is, I know I created that over in VEO3, but we're going to also do it in Sora. Sora makes some good videos to me. I really like this one. For Uncle Trey and Auntie Woe, I don't really like using it for this purpose. For Uncle Trey and Auntie Woe, because it works, but this one is better for me to just come up with random things, I believe. But we're going to still put the prompt in here and let's see what Sora comes up with. See if Sora will do it right. Sora did not do it right at all this weekend, so yeah. Let's see. I know I was able to get it working right with my old prompts, but I was putting, but it still didn't work good 100% of the time. I was still having to do a double, and with this prompt, I'm noticing it. I'm back to doing it one time. At least the last couple of videos I did happen on one run through. So as you can see, it's generating. So we're going to go ahead and let it generate.
We just wanted to drop in real quick to say hey and let you know we've been thinking about y'all.
Hope everything's going great on your end.
Yep, stay safe, stay happy.
Hey Chase, what's up, Christina? It's your Uncle Trey checking in.
And it's Auntie Woe. We just wanted to drop in real quick to say hey and let you know we've been thinking about y'all.
Hope everything's going great on your end.
Yep, stay safe, stay happy.
Hey, Chase. This is his birthday. So these came out good. Another thing I don't like is the Sora tag, the Sora watermark stays.
How do pickles celebrate their birthday?
I don't know.
They relish it.
So I was trying something different with this one, and it just didn't come out like the way I wanted it to.
Hey, Uncle Trey, why do cows wear bells?
I don't know why.
Because their horns don't work.
So you see though, these work pretty well here. So let's come back here. So this one has been generated. So let's see how it worked. Did this one work out? Let's see.
How does a penguin build its house?
I don't know how.
It glues it together.
Oh, see, that one came out perfect the first time. So we're going to go ahead and save this one down. And we're going to come out of Dub House Music because I don't want to save it in that folder. So we're going to save it in Dub House Content. And I am going to come over to Avatar and Video. This is where I save all of my videos. So then this one is Penguins. Penguin house. So we'll put that there. So how do penguins build their house? So all right, so we got that one. So let's come back to the jokes for adults and let's do another one. That one was easy. I like it when they're easy like that. Okay, what did the ocean say to the beach? Nothing. It just waved. I like that one. That is hilarious. So this is how I come up with the jokes. I just come here and just find the funny jokes thing. It's a different one I was using more now. I found this one for adults. So maybe this one, maybe I'll go back and forth between this one and the one for adults. So we'll come back here. Well, not here yet. We'll come back to our notepad here. So we're going to continue with the joke one instead of the knock joke. So we're going to come here. And again, all I want to change is the script and tone. So I'm going to paste that joke here. And then I am going to Control X. And then we're going to delete this one back. And we're going to paste that one here. Oh, no, wrong spot. Control Z to get it back. And then we're going to paste that one here. All right, so Control C. Oh, crap. I did the wrong thing. Okay. Well, I got it in there. Okay. What did the ocean say? I don't know. What did it say? What did it say? All right. So, well, I want to do something a little different with this one. So what I am going to do is I am going to change this. I want Auntie Woe to say this joke. So what we're going to do instead of doing myself moving forward because I like to switch them up between who's telling the joke and who's being asked the joke. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this one, and I'm going to come down a little bit. Come on, why? Okay, there it goes. Just slow. Happens sometimes. So we'll put this one is whoa, so no, and then this one is just going to be, of course, Uncle Trey. So since I've already changed that, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy Auntie Whoa. Oh, not Control X, Control Z, then Control C. And then we're going to replace Uncle Trey, Auntie Whoa, and then we're going to. So either way, I'm going to have to. Either way, I'm going to have to. So now I have the two different scripts that I want. So if I want Auntie Woe to change the joke, say the joke, I'll just update it here. If I want Uncle Trey to say the joke, I'll just update this one. So what we're going to do is we're going to copy this prompt, and we're going to minimize this one, and we're going to come back to the video generator. I'm not going to change that video here. So what I'm going to do in here is Control A, delete, Control V. All right, now my little trick, I used to just copy it, highlight it, and then just paste over it. But what I'm noticing is lately, especially, but I'm trying to pull myself out the habit because due to another program, Sora, when I create my music for Sora, sometimes it will not paste over all of it. It will paste it in the middle of it. And so, like, for example, I did a dedication song to my son, and I copied and pasted it like that, and I thought it got all of it. And then next thing I know, it's the song that I did right before that was throwing lyrics into that song because it didn't erase everything. So now I delete everything and then I just paste from a blank slate. So now we're going to just go ahead and generate the video. And now it's generating, and you're going to see it's going to cost 0.09. Yep, 0.92 monthly credits. Now I'm down to 10.35. I'm going to have to purchase some more. Because we got to get some content going, especially since I got thrown behind when this stopped working, so I was completely out of them. So now it looks like this may have finished generating. Now I don't know if this is what you're supposed to do, but what I found is when I refresh, that tends to force the video to become active.
How does a penguin build its house?
I don't know how.
It glues it together.
So I didn't like how that see now it's also changing.
How does a penguin build its house?
I don't know how.
It glues it together.
Oh man,
That's ridiculous. What do you get when you cross a snowman and a vampire?
I don't know what.
Frostbite.
oh man.
That's ridiculous.
I like how they add that little. I do like how they add the little ad lib in there.
I don't know
It's
how.
ridiculous.
It glues it together.
I still might use these. Don't count it out. I might use these still. Man. But what I'm going to do also is some of the misgenerated ones. I'm going to use those as bloopers. So we're seeing that this is finishing up. All right, this one finished. So let's go ahead and check this out.
What did the ocean say to the beach?
I don't know. What did it say?
It glues it together.
See, that didn't come out right. So what did I leave out? What did I leave in here? Oh, I didn't change one thing in it. Duh. That's why. Okay, so let's come back here. So, what did the ocean say to the beach? I don't know. What did it say? And I forgot to paste this here. So that's 0.92 credits is going down the toilet. Oh crap. Okay, let's do Control Z. Let's go back here. So let's come back to the jokes and grab that second half of it because I forgot to paste it and then I copied something else. So let's go ahead here, back here. So boom. Okay, nothing. It just waved. Then crack up. Okay, so all right, so let's go ahead and recopy this. And I will take this one and come back. And I'm sorry I'm leaning, so you may not be able to see me when I lean. I don't know. So that's not because Uncle Trey's blind. I can't see. So we're going to come back here. We're going to Control A here again, Control V. like I said, that's the way I usually do it, but it worked. I can see it worked that time. All right, so now we're going to generate this video again. Hopefully it comes out right and I don't have to waste any more credits. But this is typically how we do when we make, this is typically what happens. You're going to waste some credits. It's unfortunate. So like I said, the ones that are wasted, like this one here, is going to go into the blooper reel. So I got to create a folder that I'm going to keep all my bloopers in. We're going to do it from there. We're going to go from there. So this is just some insights on how we'll create the Uncle Trey and Auntie Woe shorts. So if you're watching, this is what we're doing. If you're just joining, or if you jump in and take a look at this recording in the middle, this is what we're doing. So now not only do I have Sora, but I have a couple other video making tools. There's this one here. I'm learning how to use this one. I don't know how to use it yet. Super cool. This one here, super cool, is one I purchased this a while ago, and I didn't know how to use it. I thought it was garbage, but then I started seeing different ads on it. I'm like, okay, let me revisit it. And I came back, and I wanted a song, so I just came in here and I said, hey, make this song. And boom, it made this song called God's Got. I think that was the one I played earlier. God's Got Me. God, that's what Super Cool made. So I was like, wow, this is super cool, because I didn't even give it lyrics. I just said I was actually asking for it to write a praise and worship song and that's similar to what Pastor Mike and Ty Tribbett does, called God's Got Me. I wanted it to touch the soul, make the listener want to jump up and dance and shout. I thought it was just going to give me lyrics. I was going to take it over to Sora to create it, but then it said, okay, I'll create it. And then boom, boom, boom. Okay, I've created it. And I'm like, wait, what? Then I listened to it and it sounded good. It sounded really good. So yeah, so I'm gonna start. I need to start learning how to use Super Cool a little bit more. I tried to get it to do Auntie Woe and Uncle Trey, but it just said it just wouldn't work. I don't know why it didn't work yesterday. So I'm gonna try it again. Or I think this was Saturday. I'm gonna try it again today, later today. Like I said, I got some errands to run. I keep looking up at this clock. I got to set it because I didn't ever set the clock on my wall. So the clock on my wall says 8:52, get ready to be 9 o'clock, when it's really 7:52, get ready to be 8 o'clock. But yeah, so that's how we do it. So let's come back. This video should be generated now. Let's see how it came out.
What did the ocean say to the beach?
I don't know. What did it say?
Nothing. It just waved.
I like how it made her start crying, laughing. I didn't ask it for that, but it did it, and that was hilarious. That one was funny. So we're gonna save this one. We're gonna use this one. Okay, so we're gonna do one more. I think we're gonna do one more. Seems like this has been going pretty fast, pretty quickly, the generation. So we're gonna go down to knock. We're gonna do a knock joke. Let's see if we can find a funny one. If I can't find a funny one, we're not gonna do it. Knock. Who's there? Kyle says who? No, silly. The cow says moo. This is the one I used earlier. I love you and I miss you. Knock. Who's there? Dishes who? Dishes the police. We got you surrounded. Knock. That's not funny. Knock. Who's? Oh, this is a good one. Knock. Who's there? Let us who? Let us in. It's freezing out here yet. I like that one. So we're going to do that one really quick. And so let's pull up let's do this. Let's do it like that. And then this one here, I'm going to grab this one. So we're going to be side by side here. This is another trick I've learned at work. But the crazy part about this trick is I do this more on accident than this is one of the few times I did it on where I did this on purpose and it actually worked the way I wanted it to. So we're gonna come here. We see knock. Auntie Woe, who's there? Uncle Trey would say, let us. Let us, and then Auntie Woe says, let us who? And Uncle Trey says, Let us see it. It's freezing out here. All right, now let's copy this. As you can see how easy it gets once you have everything set up. It's a lot easier and goes much smoother. So we'll come over here. And we're going to, like I said, Control A, delete, Control V to pop that in there. And then we're going to go ahead and hit generate video. Now they have this little prompt to make this better. I find with these little shorts here, that doesn't actually help me. The prompt actually makes it worse. So, but it does help with other things, especially like for I don't know, it's different program, but Suno's where you're trying to tell it what type of song that you want it to be. That actually works pretty good. So let me show you that really quick. Suno. Oop, I hit Lovable. Lovable is one I gotta get. I like Lovable, but I need to get a paid subscription to that because I need to finish building my apps, but I need to buy a program to that one. So Suno, let's get here when this comes up and open. Let's show you how this one works really quick. So this is just the I don't have the Suno Studio. I might get that a little bit later as this grows, as the House AI music grows. So that's when I'll upgrade this one. But for now, we'll stick with what we have. So we're going to come in here to create. Now, when you're in create, you can choose between simple and custom. I like to use custom because I want it to control what it does more. So your lyrics will go here. So you can either write your own lyrics, or I get my lyrics. I have right now I've been using Gemini, but I think my next song I'm gonna have ChatGPT write the lyrics for it to see if there's any difference. Then the style. This is where you would use a prompt like you've been seeing me use. You would use a prompt like that for what style you would want. And I'm learning how to feed it the styles that I want. I need to create a cheat sheet that I'm pulling from Gemini, who I had created a little cheat sheet. So, but I need to put it in Google Docs so I can easily get to it. And you can add little things down here that you want. Advanced options. So this is like, do you want it to be weird, any weirdness, or you want it to come back down to expected results? So you can move this to the right or the left. So you get up to chaos mode. I don't use chaos mode because, I did that for one song and I love the song, but it got the beats and stuff got really crazy at the end to where it just sounded like noise. It didn't sound like music. It sounded like noise. So if I go use chaos mode, I try to stay like 80. Then the style influence, I could go up to strong or it can get down to loose. It used to be like weird, and I used to say weird, and this one used to say weird. It didn't say chaos mode. It just say weird and stuff like that. But then when I did this on my tablet, there was one more option. I don't know why I don't see it here on the desktop version. You put your title into the song, and then you go ahead and create. And it'll create the song for you. And it does create two of them at the same time. And then you can either publish it and then download it, or you can not do anything with it. These are ones that I did not like, so I didn't do anything with them. But as you can see, the other ones I have published them. And then I copy them and then save them on my computer, run them through my CapCut to add the lyrics to the videos, and then I publish it. But anyway, let's come back to the AI generator. This one is done. Let's see if it worked.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Lettuce.
Lettuce who?
Lettuce in is freezing out here.
I don't like the way he sounded when he started it off, but it is hilarious to me. We're going to go ahead and save this one. I wish he cracked up laughing about it. Let us not. Let us knock knock. You see me with a misspelling, but I fixed it really quickly. All right, so that's what we're going to do. So now we have them downloaded. So those are the ones we're going to be sharing over the next couple of days, along with the couple of shorts that I was able to create on this weekend that I haven't released yet. But as you see, that's how I create the Uncle Trey and Auntie Woe shorts that I've been doing. So be on the lookout. There's going to be more coming. I'm excited about this, and we're going to keep pushing with this. And I'm trying to find programs so I can create a series with them. Right now, I was trying to use Google Flow, but still coming along. But we're going to get there. We're going to get there. I'm going to be in the lab this week working on that, trying to get something coming along good with that. But anyway, on this Monday, make sure you start your week off strong. Make sure you stay in prayer, take your vitamins, take your medicine, do everything that you're supposed to do. Get out there, get some exercise, even if it's just a short walk. Do something. Get active, do something. I know I have to listen to myself and do it myself as well. And I will be doing that. And always, 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 always remember, Uncle Trey loves you, and there's nothing that you can do about it. I'll see you later on today on TikTok. I will be going live there on TikTok soon. So later this morning, like I said, I have to go run a couple of errands this morning, and I don't want to put myself in a position of going live there on TikTok now, and then I have to stop. So I will be going live a little bit later today on TikTok. I got some things I want to do, and I have to go live one more time for 25 minutes there in order to do it. So we're going to go ahead and get that knocked out today. So just always remember, Uncle Trey loves you, and there's nothing you can do about it. Talk to you soon.